Now I'm going to speak to you a little bit about the educational spaces and some of the design features in the projects that we're talking about. First, I'd like to talk to you about the high school. What you see in front of you here is a plan of the existing high school in gray, and all of the areas that are in color, in blue, yellow, and pink, are the proposed areas of construction. The blue areas are parts of the building that we're going to be renovating. The yellow and the pink show some new construction. And I'm going to speak about those sort of moving from left to right and talk about each one of those uses. Beginning on the far left, you'll see a little area that's labeled the Media Tech Lab. That area is adjacent to our existing high school library and consists of back of house, as I call it, spaces that support the library use with media, with distance learning labs, and we are proposing some updating of those facilities back there in that area. Moving to the right and up above a little bit, you see a science lab and a little room labeled CR. That's a new classroom. And then in the little white space, there's an area for a future science classroom. Those would meet the needs of the current science curriculum right now at the high school. So those are all educational spaces within the existing part of the structure. Moving to the right, you see an area that's currently our cafeteria commons area at the high school. This facility is somewhat inadequate in terms of number of students that use the food service facilities there in the cafeteria. The proposal is to expand that area, move the guidance offices from the bottom of the cafeteria area to the right where it says guidance, and open up that commons area and create a lighter, brighter, more useful facility, updating the food service delivery as well. Moving to the right is the existing gymnasium. This project proposes some upgrades to that facility, the installation of a climbing wall, and some other outfitting of that space for uses by some student groups, including the dance squad, the winter guard as part of the marching band, and other groups such as that. Also would allow for some changes in the PE curriculum, dance classes, exercise classes, and the like there. The proposal includes renovating the existing high school locker rooms, the boys and girls locker rooms, and upgrading those facilities, which are currently in a very inadequate state. Moving to the right, you see the new location for the high school administrative offices. And I'm going to talk to you about why they're there in just a minute when I move to the entrance at the high school. But continuing over to the large pink space, that's the new field house that's being proposed. In 1977, the school district had a referendum to build a new field house. At the time, the high school population was 600 students. Currently, we're at about 1,100 students in our high school. And the field house that was built then, the original request was for a 4-station field house. And the only thing that was able to be built was a 2-station field house. So as you can see from the capacity of the high school, we really are in desperate need of a larger field house and up to date. So this proposal calls for a 4-station field house, which includes 4 basketball courts, an indoor track, seating for 2,000 people around a competition wood floor basketball court, new boys and girls varsity locker rooms, team rooms, training rooms, new storage to support those activities. And this facility would be used not only by students during PE class, as well as community members and youth groups, youth sports groups after school hours. Up on the second floor of the new field house is a proposed fitness center. This fitness center would also support new PE curriculum as the emphasis shifts from team sports and some of the traditional Phi-Ed curriculum to a new emphasis on personal fitness and individual health and well-being. So we're confident that that's going to be really the new direction of physical education at the Oregon School District. And then linking that new part of the structure, the new pink field house, to the existing part of the high school is the area in yellow, which we're calling third space. And just to give you a definition of what third space is, the name third space came from defining space, public space, that isn't workspace and isn't home space, but it's this third space. And this is really the area that we're confident this generation of students really wants to spend their time studying, socializing, collaborating, and where they'll do a lot of their learning. We liken this space to the new Union South space over on the UW campus, UW-Madison campus, and we're confident that the students are going to use this space a lot to study and collaborate as they work on group projects. In the third space is included 4 new state-of-the-art classrooms. Those classrooms would probably be used in collaboration with MATC and some of the other higher institutions in the area to do what we're calling telepresencing, which is a new form of long-distance education. Then finally, at the bottom of the new third space, you see an area marked office. This is going to be the new entrance to the high school. This would create a secure entrance that once the school day begins, visitors to the high school would come in through a vestibule and be greeted by high school staff, and their access to the building would then be limited during the rest of the day. So we think that that creates a standard of security that we have similar in some of our other buildings around the district. Finally, on the bottom of the plan, you see in yellow and blue some additions to the PAC space. We're proposing some new storage facilities and shop area and a new dressing room, as those areas are currently inadequate for the use of the PAC.